The haunting at Willow Creek Manor. In the heart of a dense forest, nestled among gnarled, shadowy trees, stood Willow Creek Manor, a forsaken mansion, veiled in an eerie mist. It exuded an aura of desolation that chilled the bone. Legends whispered of a tragic past, of a family that met an untimely demise within its walls. Some claimed the spirits of the departed still roamed the halls, seeking vengeance for their gruesome fate. One moonless night, a group of thrill-seeking friends, oblivious to the warnings, decided to explore the forsaken manor. Jenna, the adventurous skeptic, led the way, her steps echoing through the decrepit foyer. Mark, the skeptic-turned-believer, clutched his flashlight tightly, attempting to mask his growing unease. Sarah, the anxious one, clung to his arm, shivering as the cold seemed to seep into her very soul. And then there was Tom, the daredevil, who scoffed at the looming darkness, determined to conquer his fears. As they delved deeper into the bowels of the manor, the atmosphere grew thick with malevolence. Strange whispers seemed to drift from the peeling wallpaper, and the portraits lining the corridor appeared to watch their every move. An inexplicable chill encased the air, raising the hair on their arms, and the creaking floorboards beneath their feet sounded like the anguished moans of the long dead. In the dim glow of their flickering flashlights, they stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading down into a subterranean chamber. A putrid stench assaulted their senses, making Jenna gag and Mark wince. Sarah's grip tightened around Mark's arm, her breaths coming in shallow gasps. Tom, however, pressed forward, determined to uncover the secrets of the manor. Deeper they ventured, each step plunging them further into the heart of darkness. The temperature dropped drastically, their breaths forming misty clouds before their eyes. Jenna's bravado wavered, and even Tom's resolve faltered as the unsettling presence around them intensified. Suddenly, a ghastly wail pierced the silence, freezing them in their tracks. They turned to flee, but the entrance had vanished, replaced by a wall of ancient stone, adorned with macabre symbols. Panic seized them, and they scrambled aimlessly, only to find themselves trapped in a sinister chamber, its walls pulsating with an otherworldly energy. Whispers became audible, filling their minds with insidious thoughts, sowing seeds of doubt and despair. One by one, they succumbed to the malevolent force, their minds unraveling as the tormented spirits of Willow Creek Manor claimed their souls. Their screams echoed through the walls, merging with the anguished cries of those who had met their end before. And as dawn broke over the forest, only silence remained, save for the haunting whispers that would forever linger within the cursed halls of the manor. The following morning, the sunlight filtered through the dense canopy, casting speckled shadows on the overgrown path leading to Willow Creek Manor. A group of local villagers, armed with ancient talismans and blessed artifacts, cautiously approached the foreboding structure. They had sensed the surge of dark energy emanating from the heart of the forest and had come prepared to banish the evil that had taken root within the manor's walls. As they entered the dilapidated foyer, the stench of decay assaulted their senses, and the air crackled with residual malevolence. The villagers exchanged wary glances, their expressions grim, knowing the formidable task that lay ahead. With each step, the atmosphere thickened, a palpable sense of dread enveloping them as they ventured further into the accursed abode. Their footsteps echoed through the desolate corridors, mingling with the faint whispers of the tormented spirits. A sudden chill gripped their hearts, and they quickened their pace, determined to confront the source of the dark presence. Their journey led them down a hidden staircase, deeper into the forgotten catacombs, where the most sinister secrets of the manor lay concealed. In the subterranean chamber, they encountered an unholy aura, a swirling maelstrom of vengeful energy coalescing around a central point. They recited ancient incantations, their voices resonating with the power of generations past, aiming to weaken the grasp of the malevolent force. But the spirits resisted, lashing out with ethereal tendrils that threatened to ensnare the unwary. Fighting against the oppressive forces, the villagers focused their collective energy, pushing back the darkness with unwavering determination. Yet, as they attempted to dispel the sinister presence, the tormented wails of the lost souls grew more desperate, reverberating through the chamber with a haunting resonance. In a final surge of will, the villagers managed to weaken the grip of the spirits, dispersing their malevolence and sending them back into the ethereal realm. As the darkness receded, they found the lifeless remains of the ill-fated group that had dared to tread into the abyss. Jenna, Mark, Sarah, and Tom lay motionless, their faces contorted in the agony of their final moments, their souls claimed by the insidious curse of Willow Creek Manor. With heavy hearts, the villagers carried the lifeless bodies out of the accursed manor, their minds burdened by the weight of the tragedy that had befallen the unsuspecting youths. They performed ancient rituals, offering prayers for the repose of the departed souls, hoping to bring them some semblance of peace in the afterlife. And as they left the forsaken estate behind, they vowed to keep the memory of the lost ones alive, a solemn reminder of the perils that lurked within the shadows of Willow Creek Manor. Years passed, and the memory of the tragic events at Willow Creek Manor lingered like a shroud over the surrounding town. The once thriving community now bore the scars of a dark history, its residents wary of the malevolent forces that still stirred in the depths of the forest. Despite the passage of time, whispers of strange occurrences persisted, tales of spectral sightings and inexplicable phenomena that defied rational explanation. Locals avoided venturing near the manor, fearing the resurgence of the vengeful spirits that had claimed the lives of the ill-fated group. However, as the town struggled to reconcile with its haunted past, a new family arrived, drawn by the allure of the sprawling estate and the promise of a fresh start. The Johnsons, unaware of the ominous history that surrounded their new home, dismissed the warnings of the superstitious townsfolk and embraced the opportunity to restore the manor to its former grandeur. As the Johnsons settled into their new abode, strange occurrences began to unsettle their once peaceful lives. Unexplained footsteps echoed through empty corridors, objects moved of their own volition, and chilling whispers carried through the stillness of the night. Mrs. Johnson, a skeptic of the supernatural, sought logical explanations, while Mr. Johnson, a staunch pragmatist, refused to entertain the notion of an otherworldly presence. Their young daughter, Emily, however, was attuned to the unseen forces that coiled around their home. Night after night, she felt an inexplicable pull, drawing her towards the hidden recesses of the manor, where a spectral presence awaited her with open arms. Mesmerized by the ethereal entity, she found solace in its whispers, oblivious to the danger that loomed within the darkness. As the days turned to weeks, the Johnsons' demeanor shifted, their once bright spirits dimming under the weight of the sinister aura that enveloped their home. Paranoia seeped into their thoughts, eroding the very fabric of their familial bonds. Mr. Johnson, plagued by nightmares and unexplained bruises, began to question his sanity, while Mrs. Johnson, consumed by an unexplainable dread, withdrew into herself, haunted by visions of the past. Emily, on the other hand, remained entranced by the alluring whispers that promised her an escape from the mundane reality. Her innocent laughter turned to eerie murmurs, her once bright eyes now veiled by a darkness that no one could penetrate. The entity, ever present, fed on her youthful energy, growing stronger with each passing day, its malevolent influence seeping into the cracks of their fractured home. Desperate for salvation, the townsfolk rallied, their fears renewed as they witnessed the Johnsons' descent into the grasp of the malevolent force. Armed with ancient knowledge and blessed artifacts, they ventured once more into the depths of Willow Creek Manor, determined to banish the evil that threatened to consume the innocent family. Yet, as they confronted the spectral entity that had ensnared Emily's soul, they realized the depth of its power, its roots entwined with the very foundation of the manor. Their incantations faltered in the face of the ancient malevolence, and one by one, they succumbed to its relentless assault. The entity, emboldened by their futile attempts, ensnared the souls of the valiant villagers, its hunger for vengeance unsated. And as the moon cast its pale light upon the forsaken manor, the Johnsons and the townsfolk became eternally entwined with the cursed legacy of Willow Creek, their fates sealed within the spectral embrace of the unrelenting darkness.